and he fixed people in 7 minutes. And what he did, he was opening up all the small passages in the body. If you have tension in your head, like tension headache, in his world, and now my world, it's only unregulated fluid flow to your head. So we need to address the fluid flow and how to regulate the fluid flow to your head. So many people have watched my videos, like the drainage of the sinuses. Uh, one of those videos have been watched over 100 million times. Hi, I am Rune Aabø. I'm a muscle therapist and have my own practice and lymphatic treatment and pain-free you founder.
Fabulous. I'm so excited to meet you because I've been following your work for quite some time. And more often, I find myself dipping into your work for some release of immediate pain. But I'm so curious. Can you tell me how and why you got into this kind of work?
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, it's a good question. Because when I started like a personal trainer at first, I was starting to, people have back pain, and I needed to, how can we address the back pain? And this is a good story, because if you have back pain and people come to me with back pain, they try to not use the back. So, oh, I have pain, so I'm not using the back because it's painful to use it. So I challenged them to say, okay, we have to make the muscle contract. We need to make the muscle pump again, because when we use it and try to activate the nerves, activate the muscles, they are actually pumping the waste away. So if you have back pain, a muscle is overused and it will contract, and that will block the lymphatic drainage, the waste drainage, and it will pull on your hip, it will pull on your back, it pull on your hamstring, your calves, everything, because it will block the fluid flow. So all this I understood when I was a personal trainer, but it took too long to fix. 5 sessions later, the back was fine, because we doing exercises for the back. So I needed to learn faster. How can I fix people faster? And then I heard about a guru, a muscle therapist. He fixed people 1 treatment, 2 treatment, and how? And I went to him and watched him go, and he fixed people in 7 minutes. And what he did, he was opening up all the small passages in the body. If you have tension in your head, like tension headache, in his world, and now my world, it's only unregulated fluid flow to your head. So we need to address the fluid flow and how to regulate the fluid flow to your head. So many people have watched my videos, like the drainage of the sinuses. One of those videos have been watched over 100 million times. And
Oh
I've
my
gained
God.
so many followers on that video, because it works. Because if you have clogged sinuses, it will block the natural drainage for your sinuses. So by making the lymph node that I expanded smaller, you will drain the sinuses normal, because your muscles are pumping the lymph and the tissue fluid. It's quite nice. Yeah. So pain, you could say, in my world, in my research, I have learned this lymphatic treatment.
Yeah. So over the last number of months that I have known you, probably 6 months or so,
Okay.
I have become more and more obsessed with your work and the work, the tiny little hacks, the tiny little tips, but instantly, and I mean instantly, if I have a headache coming or neck strain or even some jaw tension,
Yeah.
I just do one of your videos and it releases. I cannot believe how magical it is. Does everybody have that level of instant relief?
Normally, but the problem is people not going deep enough. Not hard enough on the lymph node. Maybe the masseter muscle is really contracted, so they maybe need to go quite deep, quite hard to drain that muscle. But the instant result is because of, if you have a garden house, you have a knob on it, the fluid doesn't go you cannot use the hose. Yeah.
Yes.
And same principle here. So if you have tension to a headache in the front of your, what is it called?
Forehead?
Forehead, thank you.
Yes.
It was on the forehead. I was thinking Norwegian. So when you have pressure in the front of your forehead, it's in my world unregulated fluid flow. And then I think, how can we drain that fluid flow? How can we get that fluid flow onwards? And then we can check the lymph nodes pressing here. Is it swollen? Oh, yeah, mine is actually a little bit swollen. So by draining that lymph node, it gets smaller, and the tension, because expanded lymph node again, put some
Yeah.
pressure on your blood and your nerves, and could actually add that pressure.
Wow. So everybody who's listening are likely to be mid-career professionals. And I'm going to generalize completely, but they often spend a lot of their time sitting, a
Yeah,
lot of their time staring at screens or on Zoom or Teams meeting. This seems to be a pattern that this is happening more and more. What impact is that change of us becoming less and less mobile on our
exactly.
day-to-day work? What impact is that having on us?
A lot, because when you're sitting, you are not straight, or your muscles are contracted on your hip muscles, your thigh muscles, but you have to, you're not sitting up and down, you're actually using the mouse, the keyboard. And when you put your arms in front of you, if you have air between you and your elbow, if you have, I can show you a little bit more here. So if you have
Yeah.
air between you and your elbow,
Yes.
then, or you have it in front of you, sitting in front like this, I put some pressure on my shoulders. Arm in front is like a trebuchet, you know? All
Yeah.
the power comes from the shoulder blade, the shoulder muscle, the neck muscles. So if I have too much air between me and the elbow, I will spend too much overuse of the muscles in the neck, your shoulder blade, your shoulder. So you wouldn't go to the gym and spend 8 hours doing pull downs. Exactly. But that what people are doing that because we need to work. We're sitting on a computer. So
Yeah.
when we get pain in shoulder blade or neck, we'll lean on the other side, and then the shoulder comes up, and you get neck pain. So we are compensating all the time. We don't want pain, so the body is a perfect machine to compensate.
Wow. So what can we do? So obviously when we have pain, we can release it and we can learn more about lymphatic drainage and we can follow you. But what else should we be doing as people who are stuck? Yeah.
Yeah.
At desks in front of screens. What can we be doing?
Okay, as a personal trainer and my own research treating 25,000 people, I can see we are overusing the muscles, but how can we drain the muscles? And then I will jump right into the Tour de France cyclists. What are they doing after they have been 6 hours on the seat, like 6 hours at work? What are they doing right after? They are jumping on the bicycle again, and they're going slowly. Why do you do that? Because they are flushing the blood, they're flushing the tissue, so they are ready for the next day.
Oh,
So
really?
if we're going to learn something from them and how we can help our body to heal or get all the garbage you have produced, the waste management, the waste drainage, we have to move. We have to move with slow pace, like 60% of the maximum pulse. So if you have 200 in maximum pulse, that will be not more than 120 beats per minute.
Okay. For a long time or for a few minutes? What?
I have tried a lot of things, but the
Yeah.
least at least 15 minutes you have to do. If you have
Okay.
less than that, it will help the mind, but not so much of on the drainage.
Okay. So if we sit for 8 hours, we got to move for 50 minutes or more. Yeah.
15,
50?
no,
Yes.
15 minutes.
Oh, 15. Only
Yeah,
15. Oh gosh,
15.
that seems easy
Yeah.
enough. Okay.
Yeah. But if you have gone on a walk, if you're tired after work or something, if you go for a walk afterwards, you will feel, life is so much better. I feel refreshed. And that's
Yes.
because you have actually drained all the waste management, and you have cleared your brain for fluid, and you have cleared your body, and the muscles are actually pumping. So that's my good advice. Move more, because your muscle are the pump for your lymphatic system and your tissue fluid.
And so move more, feel less pain. If you feel less pain, follow you on Instagram and feel immediately pain-free in certain parts of the body. Excellent. Thank you so much for your time. This has
Oh,
been
you're welcome.
absolutely wonderful.